destinies to make firm established. So my guests and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. Also, I like working with angels and the calmness they bring. Now, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live or at a later date, as it means a lot to me to connect with like-minded women. So please feel free to share, as you never know who this may help. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Rae, and I love to help women to crossroads in their life, heal their past, create their future, and transform their present so they can take charge of their destiny in the here and now. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and I use future life progression, past life regression, angelic Reiki, guided meditations, angel oracle cards, and hypnosis to help women who feel lost get clear on their reason for being here. And I've also created a transformational several transformational packages, a journey through lifetimes, as well as a 6-week guided meditation series to help take charge of your destiny and to actually gain clarity and self-confidence. Now, each episode of the show will cover various themes of your journey, a mini guided meditation or angel oracle card reading with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, the angels and myself. Now, my journey since I was born has led me to heal my own past, create my own future, and take charge of my destiny. My purpose in this lifetime is to help you with your spiritual personal growth in a way that empowers yourself to spread your wings, to propel you to continue on your own magnificent journey and create the abundance, happiness, and fulfillment that is your birthright. So before we get into this fascinating show, which is completely different, I want to remind you that you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as myself and my guests want you to be part of this conversation. So please don't be shy. And I've got 2 people joining me today. I've got Marie Louise.
Hiya.
From Healing Crystal Bags, and I've also got Michelle Budd, who's just being counted down to come in now. And we've got Graham, who is watching on YouTube. Yep, surprise guest. Hi, Graham. Thank you for tuning in and watching. So, as I said, completely different, as we are on sort of like a holiday still. It was kind of like, rather than actually have one guest me just speaking, why not see if there's anyone that I connect with or part of the community group that I'm with that actually wanted to come on with me so that we can actually talk about how much being in a community is really good, what the benefits have been for us this year, what we're looking forward for next year, and any questions or anything else that comes up. And Graham says, "Hi, Mary," and "Hey, Michelle." So I've kind of like introduced myself. So, Mary Louise, why don't you give us a brief summary of who you are for those who might not
Yeah.
know you?
Well, my name's Marie, and what I do is I make up healing crystal bags and bracelets, predominantly bracelets, for various conditions and ailments. So you ask for it, and I can make it. What I tend to do is I tend to tune in to my intuition to make sure that I pick the right beads that you need for your bracelets or your healing bags. So it's all good. And most recently, I had an article in Chat It's Fate, and I've only just caught up with all the bracelet orders, has been really nice.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I do check out Mary Louise's Etsy shop. It is absolutely amazing. I recommend people if they want to know about crystals, go to Mary Louise. Somebody I know actually has brought a very nice piece
Yes, it's lovely.
that's pleased his daughter no end. I can tell you, he's like the best dad ever
Good.
for purchasing that. So Michelle, why don't you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
I don't know if my microphone's working. Is it working?
We can hear you.
Yay! That was all a bit of a rush just there. An introduction to me. So yeah, obviously do quite a few bits and pieces with you ladies, workshops and well-being events and that sort of thing. But I work with Marie Louise's crystals every single week and have done since I've met her. Wear them for myself to support me and my energy and keep me balance when I need to be, and then you know, do what I need to do for people. And yeah, so work with energy, work with horses, and you know, support people with their, you know, difficulties that they face because they're past, or you know, something that's sort of inherently passed down from generation to generation. So that's what I do. So as you girls know.
Yeah, and it's all right. This is beautiful because I can get to play around on the screen, so I can put us all in different positions, which I think is pretty cool. It's like, oh, let's go. Which way round are we going today? Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we go that way again. So yeah, that's a brief thing. Graham, well, Pamela says, thank you, Rae, for always being positive, phenomenal guests who we can learn from and energise our path, sending enough. Thank you so much, Pamela. Yes, and my guests are always so inspirational, and even I learn so much from them, you know. And you know, with Mary Louise and Michelle, since I've met them and the other women, it's amazing what I've actually learnt from them myself to help me on my growth, and I'm sure Mary Louise and Michelle will agree with that.
Definitely, most definitely. Since I've met the other women, I'm sure, I know I've come on a lot stronger. My connections when making my bracelets is a lot stronger now than it was 2 years ago. One before lockdown, and two before I met all you lovely ladies.
Yeah. Should we talk about our group? Because I know a lot of people are busy tonight and have got family commitments, but our group of women have grown pretty strong. It's sort of a collection of people that do light work and sort of come together and connect with each other. There's a few Reiki people in there, isn't there? A few people that do Reiki and crystals. And obviously Rae, with everything that you do, it's sort of like an overarching almost, it just seems like we all reach out and sort of interlock with each other to provide different workshops where we all just come together, and we just sort of roll it out, don't we? Whatever's going on, we just roll, you know, things just roll out really. So
they do, don't they?
Yeah, I love the group, and I love, like what you said, I think from when we all come together, there's this huge amount of energy, connection, acceptance, love, and I feel like we all just you know, bounce off of each other and increase that high vibration. Well, that's how I see it, but what do you think?
Yeah, no, totally. And it's like we all hold the space for each other to actually work together, but also work individually as well, which allows us to actually connect with more people. And that's the beauty about you know, communities being created, especially when like-minded people come together. And it's something, you know, that if you're watching this, you know, it's worth trying to find a community, find the people that you resonate with to come together. And if you can't find one, create your own community for it. You know, when I started my afternoon tea with the angels, there were nowhere around me doing angel stuff. So I went on Meetup at the time, and I created it, and that brought me the people to me. And it is about creating a community. We are stronger together, and next year is going to be so much about community and collaboration. So those that are watching, you know, if you can find people that you can connect with, create communities, and you know, and then those communities can work with other communities, and it just builds and builds and builds and builds until it's just absolutely amazing, and we all feed off each other and grow in strength. And it has been an absolutely brilliant couple of years. I suppose it's about 3 years really that we've just grown in strength. And I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And we've also got Sandy, who says hello everyone. Susie's here. Good evening, ladies. Lovely Christmas gift to see you all. And
Yeah,
that,
it is lovely.
Susie knows all. No, Susie knows all of us, as she's actually been to the well-being days. So
Oh, lovely.
she's done
Yeah.
everything with us. And Graham says, I love the interaction with each of you and all guests on Ray's shows. Not forgetting the guests as well. Even a guy can understand and feel this energy. Totally, Graham.
We are pretty woman heavy, aren't we? I do think that. And then it's lovely to get the male energy. And I remember when Graham was doing, I can respond to Graham now, because he was doing with you, wasn't he, when I was in Cornwall? Do you remember that, Ray? And
yes.
he said to me, oh, this is so cool, because this is my chance to sort of respond. Oh, I can feel a lot of heaviness, in the solar plexus with Michelle, and I can feel this really kind of, all I want to say to you, Michelle, is let it go, let it go. And I
let it go, let it go.
Honestly, I had this big kind of situation sort of come up for me, and I was, when you just feel that really gutsy fight flight stuff but you can't do anything with it, and that's where you get that real kind of rotten feeling in the core, and I really had it. And when he said it, I thought, oh, I feel so sorry for him, because when I pick up other people's stuff as well,
Oh God,
he knew straight away. He said it straight away, and I thought, that's it. Not a few years ago I'd have been like, oh, that's marvelous, like that's amazing. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? Gotcha. I know you've got that, and he said, and I remember him saying, I don't know whether this is me or you, because I always say, is it mine or yours? I kind of think that. I was thinking, it is so mine. It's so my stuff. And he really, really felt that. And I love that validation, that when when other people are kind of feeling what you feel and picking up those extra kind of, those extra kind of energetical connections with people, over. Where does he live? He lives in America, doesn't he? Over the airwaves. Yeah. I just think, wow, it really does validate the things I think, the things I feel, and the way I'm sort of, living differently, and living more, with that more, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out. What's the word I'm looking for? I keep enlightened keeps coming into my mouth, but saying enlightened, I'm thinking it, but with that,
you're awakening,
the awareness. Of what's happening, so
yeah. And and that was a pretty good plug for Graham and I's show, Angels and Spirits, which is taking place this Wednesday at 7 p.m.
It's good. Well, this is the musing, isn't it? So I mean, it was just great that I could respond to that, because I sometimes I'm in workshops with people, and I think, and this is where the crystals comes in for me. Crystals they support me when I'm working with people with really high energy. That if I'm having a day where I'm not running on full throttle or whatever, the crystals, they help me to keep myself off of that energy, and just to give me that extra kind of shield, if you like, to not work with somebody or support somebody and come away feeling like, oh, I've really absorbed that stuff. I can hold the space. I can be, I can be in the moment with them, be present with that person, give them what they need as opposed to what they want, and then not come away feeling drained and like I've taken on someone else's stuff, because which is what we do when we support and work with people. And I remember when I first started doing the equine learning sessions with people, thinking, I've got clients that I dread seeing. I dread seeing them because, and it's not about like, and it's not about it's not I don't like this person. It's just that their stuff's so thick and gloopy, because I wasn't aware of energy and the etheric body and all of that. Their stuff's so thick and gloopy that I'm not realizing that my body is like this sponge going, yeah, in it comes. And then I'm trudging through life with not only my own stuff, but the people that I'm working with. So working with crystals for me is it's one of my key, and then working, using Reiki and Reiki techniques with the horses and picking up on energy. But working with crystals, for me, they're like my go-to.
Yeah.
Every single day. I'm not wearing crystals today, and I haven't been wearing crystals for a few days because I've had a really peaceful, lovely time away and sort of a bit out of the, just mixing with family. And that's pretty fab.
Yeah, so Mary Louise, is sort of like if somebody watching is kind of like, they kind of like do pick up on a lot of people's energies. I mean, I'll talk about in a minute how I deal with that. But crystal wise, what kind of like crystals are best for them to use?
Well, if you're, for example, someone like Michelle, who's I call it empathic, and will draw in other people's energies, I would say something like obsidian, so they're keeping the negativity out, and also amethyst, and you've got that protection from the amethyst as well. And really and truly, they're the two main crystals that I would always suggest, and occasionally a piece of selenite, which is just as good. And after you've been in contact with them, then give yourself a douse down, I call, with a piece of selenite, and that gets rid of all the little bit of negativity that you may have picked up. It's quite often I will go to people, and I can feel it as soon as I walk in the door, or even close by, and I think, get me out of here, I need my crystals. But I've always got obsidian on. I wear obsidian all the time, and also amethyst, just to give me that little bit of protection wherever I go, because you do need something.
Yeah, absolutely you do. Especially if you are empathic. I mean, I wear crystals. Quite often. I've always got my Super 7 on. Various other crystals. But I also tend to use energy. So again, you use crystals as protection. I personally, my go-to is energy. Is my protection, where every day I'm surrounded by 100% pure crystal shell that transmutes all negativity into positivity. So, any negative energy that I come across, or I automatically, as soon as it hits me, automatically gets transmuted back into positive energy, which doesn't affect me at all. So, so that's two ways that, if you're watching this and you're very empathic, you can actually protect yourself to stop you actually taking in those energies and taking them on. And then, of course, if you do take them on, again, you can use the selenite to cleanse yourself of it. You can also, if I'm correct, Mary Louise, with an amethyst cluster, you can also comb, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. Seeing both the selenite and the amethyst are self cleansing anyway, so so you're going to cleanse yourself with both of those. But my personal favourite is my selenite. After I've been out for the day, I've got a long piece, and at the end of the day, I just swish it round, just get rid of everything before I go to bed.
I use energy to actually cleanse myself at the end of the day, and they're just two of the things, and there's so many other things out there. Some people use salt baths, and there's just so many different things.
Meditation, or a good, getting out in the weather, whatever. I mean, a lot of my clients say that when they're in the shower, that's when they can release tears and cry, and the shower's a really good one for. I'm really sneakily opening Turkish delights, but
enjoy.
People might use, you go into the shower and use that, they're washing, but what they don't realize is they're scrubbing their etheric body as well as their actual skin, and that's a really great way of just removing energy. I've got so much sugar on my legs now.
So Sandy would like to know, what is the name of Mary Louise's Etsy shop? So
Mary Louise, it is Healing Crystal Bags on Etsy, but what I'll do is I will share the link with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be putting the links to both Mary Louise and Michelle in the comments at the end of the show. Anything. And Graham was saying, I'm thinking of creating a copper wire earthing system attached to our beds to help Bram remove negative energy. Yeah.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah. Again, practical things that you can actually do. You know, indoors yourself. You know, and everyone watching, you know, it doesn't just have to be Graham. You know, if anyone's got any questions or any queries they want to ask, anything then, you know, whether about crystals or energy or healing, you know, just ask your questions now. You've got 3 of us here that can pretty much answer most of your questions for you. You know, so you know, this is your chance to ask us whilst you've got us captive here, and whilst we just ramble on about who knows everything.
Who knows what?
Yeah, who knows what. You know, I mean, if we go back to what we've done this year, you know, where we've
Together.
all been together, and we have created these groups, these workshops, etc. Mary-Lise, what would you say is your thing that you've taken away from this community?
Well, to be honest, I never ever thought I would be able to do a workshop on the crystals. So getting me out and doing a workshop, sharing my knowledge, which is something that's been fabulous. Yeah, I think that's something I've taken away personally, being able to go out and share the knowledge. And my book that I've been saying I'm going to be writing for years, it's got a date where I want it's going to be out by. So that would be the 22nd of March that's going to be out. So yes, I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That is absolutely brilliant, and I'm glad you've got that from our group, from our community.
Yeah.
What about you, Michelle?
I don't know, so much really. Like, we all learn from each other, and I remember when I met Marie Louise in Costa Coffee about 2 days before, or maybe a week before the first clampdown. And I said, come, I want you to do like what I'd love to see is you doing like a surgery with all of the families that I'm working with right now. And I did. I sent the invite out to the families, and probably there were people coming over from Essex, and I think we had 3 hours of just constant people coming and going.
Yeah.
And you was creating bracelets for parents, grandparents, the young people that I work with, and I had parents messaging me. I work with their young people. And then parents saying, I've actually been able to go away for the weekend with my son, and we've just had this really wonderful weekend where I feel as though we can really be together with each other, and it's been so easy, and that sort of came from that. And I thought, you know what, that's amazing, and that still carries on now. So I think there's a big web of people that connect with you, and it sort of ends up coming back to us in a roundabout ways, isn't it?
Definitely.
The clients, they come back, they're saying things like, coping really well at school now, and blah blah blah. So all of that stuff's amazing. So I mean, I think my relationship with you, Marie Louise, has been such a strong one.
Definitely.
And I've just loved seeing that. And I remember when I first met you saying, are you going to write a book for children? Because I want you to be able to explain to the children your connection is from a child, isn't it? Your connection with crystals. Because I was almost like, when did it start, and how did you know, and all of that type of thing. And I said, you're going to write a book for children. But I mean, the book that you're going to write, because I keep talking about Sharon Lynn's book being like a Janet and John book, it's my first sort of energy book, and that's the Crystal Skull book. And I know it's not a Janet and John book. I'm not trying to undercut or put, not give it the credit it deserves. It's just a very basic this
It
is what
is.
is going on
It
around your
is.
body inside it.
Yeah, my grandson, who's now six, he's into crystals in a big way. So I'm basically, it's going to be sort of, I'm say writing it for him almost, so he can learn. So he's going to be he's going to be involved in the book. He's going. I'm not going to have many characters in the book, but there's going to be a couple of characters. One of them is my grandson as he goes on his journey to find out all about these crystals and where they come from.
Oh, don't! I've got goosebumps from head to toe. That's so
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely beautiful. And Pamela says she embraces qigong, quick 15-minute cleanse and releasing back into the universe. So cleanse again, qigong, very good practice to use. And we've talking about collaboration, how we've how knowing each other has connected us to other people in there. Obviously I met Marie Louise through Michelle because I knew Michelle. And Pamela is saying, she is gratitude to Graham and Sandy, because without spirit bringing them together, she'd never have learnt about my show. And she says it's, oh, thank you, Pamela. It's been such an uplifting blessing. Yeah. I mean the guests on my show are just absolutely amazing. And again, that's that's again collaboration and working with others on your finding people that work with your energy, and it creates so much more, and it brings new people into you that you can connect with, which is what's so important about community. I know I keep going on about it in collaboration. I mean, people that know me, all I keep talking about 2022 collaboration.
Definitely.
Definitely. But I mean, I went into such depth with Marie Louise there, but then I could say exactly the same. Well, I could go on and on, and bounce back and forth with everything that we've done together, Rae, and and then I can say the same with Jane. I mean, Jane was at the end of Hippie Chicks sleepover. Jane was, I don't know, she just, she was the last girl at the party. She didn't want to go. We all slept over. I had clients the next day. I woke up, we'd done our yoga. It was all lovely. And then a young person had booked in for an hour. And I said to Jane, you've stayed for a reason. I'm going to offer the mum a Reiki session. Are you up for it, Jane? She said, yeah. And, I worked with a young person. Jane did the Reiki session with the mum. And it was just, and I thought, no, this is great. And I just thought those two young, that they're going to go off together. And, they both had such a lovely experience, with us on the yard. So, and then if I think about Caroline Sharp, and, I remember going, I didn't realise that when I went to a crystal sand bath with Caroline Sharp down at Chatham, the dance studio, and I'm laying there on the floor and I'm thinking, this is out of this world. I'm having out of body experiences. I'm laying there and I can, and I'm having all of this stuff going on. And I sat up and I thought, oh, she needs to come to the horse yard. My horses need this, my horses need to be having the energy cleared from them as well. So she came over to the horse yard, and I didn't realise that was her first. I mean, I know she's very experienced working with Reiki and everything that she does. And I've just now, Caroline and I, we work together every month. We do a surgery together with the horses and with Reiki, and it's just phenomenal. It's taken off. It's phenomenal, and it's I could talk with everybody in our group. I could say the same stuff over and over again with everybody in our group.
Yeah,
and then
totally.
Within our group as well, you guys then all like Hippie Chick Sleepover, Rae. My favourite part of Hippie Chick Sleepover was when you went, right, let's get the cards out. And I thought, that's the stitching that this needed. And I looked around and it was like a very tribal experience. It was like the smoke on the fire started to, and I looked around and I thought it's really connected this whole group of people, because there was all little pockets of us all over the place. There was women over there having henna done, women over there doing something, and then you got your cards out, Rae, and we all started playing rummy. No, you got your cards out, and you just and you did readings for us all, and we then all really let go and shared, and it just unified us all together as a group. And it was my favourite. It was the unplanned part. We, it was, we all had what we was going to do and how this event was going to go, sort of in our minds, and then that just really stitched it all together, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, well, I love doing these cards. I tend to carry them with me, and as people that know me, I will do things on the spur of the moment. And Graham says, "Did any of you manage to sleep? Knowing you guys very little, we went to bed quite late."
Yeah, we went to but we were back only at 6:30, wasn't it, for yoga in the morning?
For yoga, yeah, and then I had to go off because I was going somewhere, so I literally had about an hour to get home, quickly shower, and then go off. And Keith says, "Oh, Merry Christmas to all." Hi, Keith. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're very well, thank you. And Graham says, "Distance does not exist when the energies are free and flowing."
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, when they're free and flowing, they just work so well. Graham, quite, you mean very early?
Yeah.
Very early hours of the morning.
Yeah.
It's all we're going to say, but what happens on a hippie chick sleepover stays on a hippie chick sleepover. And it is women only.
It is. I mean, it is women only, and I was a little bit. Why does it have to be women only? But it is worked out that way, isn't it? It has to be. So I love a bit of male energy, but no, it's right that the hippie chicks is a women only event, I think.
Yeah.
But
but who knows? We could end up doing another one that's mixture of both.
Yeah. Well, when we do the hoedown, there's always families and all the rest of it doing the older, but that's more of a fundraising family fun event, doing the dancing down on the yard. That's when you get, Marie, always, your husband always comes along and
he does,
on the wellbeing days, doesn't he? Bless him.
Yeah, he's my muscle, and he comes along and he helps with all my crystals. He puts up the marquee, and so he's quite happy coming along and sitting there and enjoying all the energy, because he gets all the energy as well just by sitting there. He will say to me, he said, "Oh no, it's me just relaxing," but I say, "No, it's all the energy coming around." But he's pretty good.
Yeah, and Graham's being cheeky here by saying, "I heard there was a possible lockdown around you guys." Lol.
No, it's not happening at the moment. The news earlier said not this side of the new year. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, no. I mean, and also we work outside. Don't we? I mean, what when we're working with people, we're supporting them with their mental health. So, I mean, my work just doesn't stop. Even through the very first lockdown, I'm still, the legislation's still there to say I run support groups for people, and that can still happen.
Yeah,
so.
I think Graham was talking more about keeping us locked down as a group.
Oh yeah.
Got the serious head on.
yeah. Where's Graham? No, Graham's serious occasionally.
Where's Graham going with that?
Okay, so Pamela has got a crystal and angel card question. In your experiences, what is the most powerful crystal to use to heighten your vibration experience? So,
to me, there's definitely not one. You would go to the one that you feel drawn to. So for the high vibrational, you've got your kunzite, you've got kyanite, moldavite. They're all high vibrational.
Moldavite.
It's always on the list.
I,
But
I love my little bit of moldavite.
oh yeah, it's beautiful. But you need to go to the one that you feel drawn to, because that'll be the one that works for you.
Yeah. Totally. You know,
Mm.
I wear a Super 7 all the time,
Yeah.
because that's what resonates with me, with with keeping me on my high vibrational, as well as the
Yeah.
energy that I create within myself.
Yeah.
Keeps me on that high vibrational thing as well. So yeah, whatever crystal resonates with you is going to be the crystal that will actually help you
Exactly.
with your high vibration.
Mm.
And that so with angel cards, because I'm assuming you're asking about those as well, again, it's whatever cards resonate with you the most will you will get the best reading. You will get the best readings from as people know, I've got many decks of cards, but there are a couple that I will particularly use for certain things because they connect to the vibration of what I'm working with at that particular time. But but it's been trial and error, and it's it's just something that I've gradually worked with and go, oh, well, these work better with that one then, and these cards work better with another one. And again, you can do it the same with crystals.
Yeah.
As you use one particular crystal, see how you feel, you get on with that. Doesn't work,
Yeah.
you use another one. And Sandy asks, before we do that, Graham says, I was jesting. We know you were, Graham. Sandy says, what do you all think about shungite?
I love
There
it.
you go first,
The one that
Louise.
you stick on the back of phones, isn't it? That's the one
I have got so much shungite. It's got to be one of the most amazing crystals out. You can do anything with it. You can use it to purify your water. You can. Oh, brilliant! You've got yours there. Yeah, you can. It's good for helping you. I have it stuck on my television, on my microwave, on my phone. I've got it to stop those radiation waves and protect you. I sold a lot of it when we first went into lockdown because people were contacting me to help get rid of the virus. Yeah, it's brilliant. Lots of information. If anybody wants to find out where I get it from, the mines that I get it from, I've got all the information, so I can always forward it on to you.
Yeah, yeah. And and this piece
or
stays
just
with
buy
my
it
laptop.
directly from you, isn't it? Just buy it directly from you, and then
Yeah.
you've done all the legwork. You've sourced the right
Yeah.
stuff. You go to the places that are sourced and sort of people are treated with respect from the mines that you're buying your crystals from, aren't they? There's no
oh, definitely.
no, is there? I don't know what the words I'm looking for is.
Ethically sourced.
Ethically sourced crystals. Yeah. So rather than sort of, because you do see online, don't you? I mean, when I see people have bought crystals online, and I think, oh, you know what, they just look like a load of glass on your arm. But if you've got that belief that they're doing something, then that's great. But there is a difference. There's definitely a difference. And I'm also very much aware of the energy of the people that have touched the crystals, and you want to know that the person that's putting those crystals together has got an understanding of energy.
Oh, definitely.
And how that energy will be absorbed by the crystals. So I know that you make sure that they come to somebody without all of that sort of attachment on them. So definitely makes a difference who you get your crystals from. 100%.
And with shungite, I do import that direct from Russia, because it's the way I can get the best price for it, because it's one of those crystals, once it hits the UK, the price goes sky high. So for me to keep my prices down, I do import direct, and the supplier They do a video every now and again where they go to the mines. They show me the quality of it at the mines, and yeah, and it's a particular area in Russia. It's Karelia, which is the most popular place to get the shungite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real.
And Pamela says, I have tons of cards, been doing it a while, was curious what you've each found useful. Yeah. And it's brilliant. And again, that's the thing, that as a community, you know, when you connect with other people, you can find out what other people use, and actually,
Or create.
or create. And
we have Sharon in amongst us who creates crystal card decks, energy card decks, and there's shadow light cards, the wolf cards, the new animal creature, or what are they called?
Conscious creatures.
Yeah. I can't wait to. I'm so excited to get those. And I think that again, talking about authenticity and knowing person and knowing the energy, I think it's amazing for us that, you know, Sharon creates these really amazing I don't know what she calls, she's got books and she's got CDs and she's got her card decks and all of the other stuff that I mean, I'm so happy with everything that I've ever bought from her. And then you see her in the flesh and you kind of then know why, don't you? Because she's definitely a very she's a very eye-catching person, isn't she? To speak of, you know,
she really is an inspiration. She really is.
Yeah, and just she's like an ageless, timeless sort of person, isn't she? You can't, you know. Quite a lot of people have said to me, "How old is she?" And she's hard to place, and you know, she's got a really unique look about her as well, isn't she?
She has.
No, she's for want of a better word, very white witchy looking, isn't she?
Yeah.
Which is, you know. Do you agree, Rae? I know you're saying this in the nicest way. She just
it's a compliment.
It's definitely a compliment. Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. You know, and that's the beauty. We all do so many different things, but we also do similar things, but we all bounce off each other. We all learn from each other. We all support and promote each other. Which again is something that more people need to be doing, and will and to thrive next year in 2022, that's what you're going to have to be doing. It's no longer a me, a me. It is a group endeavor, and supporting other people, because when you're supporting them, they're supporting you, which means you're then supporting more people, and more people do it. So Sandy says, what about wearing shungite? And Pamela says, Sandy made a shungite bracelet, held it, and it was pulled directly to my core. Sandy gifted me because it's beautiful Pamela source. Yes, I will say, Sandy makes jewelry as well.
Oh, does she?
So really, Mary-Louise, and you and Sandy should actually be chatting together.
Definitely.
So why don't you answer that question about wearing shungite?
Yeah, perfectly. Some people will go out and say, don't let shungite touch your skin. I would say to people, if that's the case and you have sensitive skin, then maybe not. But I've got a shungite pendant that I wear. I also wear the shungite beaded bracelets. Yeah, so it's fine. When you start to feel the shungite energy not working as much, it may be that it's taken in a lot of the surrounding energies that you're coming across. So then I would just give it a wash, and under running water, under spring water if you can, and just to give it a bit of a boost as well.
Yeah, and spring water, I'll tell you what is good. The white water from the Whitewater Spring in Glastonbury, absolutely brilliantly. Or the red water, the iron water. And whenever I go down to Glastonbury, I always bring back bottles of white and red water. Not the white water to drink and the red water to cleanse.
Oh, I must remember that one.
all my crystals and everything. And of course, I am running a retreat down in Glastonbury next year in June, a longer one this time. I've extended. See, this is where I've been working with these beautiful ladies. It's kind of like giving me the confidence to extend, my retreat next year. So next year I'm actually making it 5 days, and I'm going to include C5 contact and a cacao ceremony.
Oh, lovely.
And if it wasn't for these ladies, I might not have had the confidence to actually go, actually, do you know something, I'm going to extend this, and I'm going to do something that I've not really shared with anyone before. So it's but going back to the fact that that Sandy made that Shanghai bracelet, and it was pulled directly to your core, Pamela. Obviously that was meant for you to do that, because I'm sure Mary Lou will agree, when you hold a crystal and it pulls towards you and you're drawn to it, that is your crystal.
I quite often get that if I go and get crystals for stock, because I like to handle everything. The amount of crystals that come home, and I can't part with them. I do always say that I'm only a temporary guardian, because eventually they will find their new guardians. But generally, it happens that at least 1 or 2 crystals out of every visit stays with me for a little bit longer than it should.
Yeah, a cruise would be amazing. Yeah, cruise over to here. Come over here and come and visit Glastonbury. It's kind of thing. And even Graham says, yeah, lol, Pam. That would be good. So Keith has kind of like been chomping at the bit a little bit on this. So as I quite often do, I always ask my guests and those watching whether they would like me to pull an angel oracle card or do a mini guided meditation.
Can you do both?
I can do both.
I know you can.
Yeah, I can do both. So what I'll do is I'll do the card first. And then I'll do a mini guided meditation.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, so Keith, you're getting your card. And then as a bonus, you're going to get a mini guided meditation. So what does Michelle, Marie Louise, and everyone who's watching this need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? Oh no, we'll go with those ones, but we're not using all of these ones, but it's just that we're going to actually. So what does Michelle, Marie Louise, and everyone who's watching this need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? Okay. No, Graham, not 2 cards, just 1 card. Okay. We have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy, which is absolutely perfect for this time of year, and ties in very beautifully with the energies that are actually going around at the moment. And it is sort of like saying, now is the time to reflect. Where have you been? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to direct your energy into? And if you haven't got that yet, now is the time to actually look at all the nuts you've gathered, all the stuff you've gathered over the last year or so. What with these nuts do you want to take forward and direct your energy? What was that, Michelle?
I was just literally, all of this is tied up with 2 things from our group today. I saw Sharon's thing with the squirrels today. Do you see Sharon's squirrels today?
No, I didn't.
Talking about squirrel energy, and you've just said about gathering nuts, and it's just.
Oh well, I've got a squirrel that comes in my garden every day. And
then also, I know it's this time of year, but Vivian was talking about, what are your intentions? Are you setting your, I know it's about setting the new plans for next year, but or plans or resolutions, whatever you want to call it. So, and I've really thought long and hard. I've been writing today down, because I find that if I write it down, it generally happens. There's not much that I don't write down that goes to one side. I might, revamp it a little bit, but yeah. So no, really good card, and it really pulls our group together again today. So that's a fab card for everybody, isn't it?
It is, and absolutely. So I will now do a mini guided meditation for everyone. So just all close your eyes, those that are still with us. And as you do, take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, just release everything that doesn't need to be in this space at this time. Take another deep breath in, and on the out breath, just release everything that doesn't need to be in this space. And just think about relaxing your whole body. Think about relaxing your whole body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, all the way down your arms to your fingertips. But when you think about relaxing, so you will relax. Give yourself permission and allow yourself to relax. And as you relax, just see, feel, imagine or know a beautiful golden light above your head. A beautiful golden light of peace and relaxation. And just allow this beautiful relaxing light to move down into your body, moving down into every single cell, membrane, every part of you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And as you do, just allow this light to relax the top of your head. And as it does, just allow that light to move down as you feel your forehead relax. Relaxation moves down into your eyes and your eyelids relax. Relaxation moves down into your ears, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth and your jaw, your head feeling so relaxed. As this energy moves down into your neck and you feel all your neck muscles start to relax. As this relaxation moves down into your shoulders, and your shoulders just relax as if there's beautiful warm sunshine just bathing them. As this relaxation moves down your arms to your fingers, and your arms are just so relaxed. And this relaxation moves into your upper body, and you feel all your chest muscles start to relax, all your stomach muscles, every muscle in your back relaxing, your spine relaxing, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. As this relaxation moves down into your hips, your pelvis, your buttocks, down into your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles, your feet, your heels and your toes, and your whole body is just so relaxed. And I want you now to engage your imagination and imagine that you are standing at the top of 5 steps leading down to a beautiful orchard. And in a moment, you're going to walk down these steps from 5 to 1, each descending number relaxing you more and more. And it's a beautiful evening. There's a cool breeze in the air, and you can hear birds settling down for the evening, creatures settling down, and it feels so magical. So let's start walking down the stairs to this orchard now. 5, deeper down the stairs. 4, deeper down the stairs. 3, more and more relaxed. Deeper down the stairs. 2, all the way down the stairs. 1, and you step off into this beautiful orchard. And in this beautiful orchard, there are many trees, maybe apple trees and pear trees, cherry trees, all kinds of trees in this beautiful orchard. And as you walk along, you notice that one of the trees seems to draw you more towards it. So just head towards that tree now. And as you get close to that tree, just notice the bark. What does it feel like when you touch it? What does it look like? Can you smell the stars from the tree? Can you smell the dampness of the earth? And just ask the tree permission if you can hug it and just wrap your arms around this tree. And as you do, just feel the beautiful energy of this tree penetrate from its roots all the way through the bark into yourself. And as you do, just take on that energy, that strengthening, grounding energy. And as that energy comes into you, you gain the wisdom and knowledge from that tree. That tree has a message for you. That tree is going to tell you where to direct your energy to now. It knows, and it wants to give you that information. So just spend a moment thinking about what you've done in 2021. What have you achieved? What haven't you achieved? And then as you do so, just allow the tree to direct you on where you need to go for 2022. Is it building on something you've already got? Is it creating something new? Is it taking on something that you didn't complete in 2021 but you need to complete in 2022? What do you not need to take with you? And just allow the tree to give you that wisdom. And that wisdom, that information may come in picture, words, sounds, colours, or knowing. Just allow it to come to you in whichever way is easiest for you to understand. Where are you going to be directing your energy in 2022? And allowing that information to penetrate into every single cell of you. And as it does, it is grounded and rooted in you, ready to grow forth when 2022 comes into fruition. And you thank the tree for the wisdom and guidance it has given you. And as you step away, you can still feel that energy surrounding you. And you walk back towards the steps. And in a moment, I'm going to count you up the steps from 1 to 5. Each ascending number bringing you back into the present, into the here and now. Bringing back that energy, that wisdom, that information, knowing you are going to go on and create whatever it is you need to bring into the world in 2022. So start walking up the stairs now, 1, coming further up the stairs, 2, further up the stairs, 3, all the way back up the stairs, 4, to the top of the stairs, 5, fully back, fully present, wiggle fingers and toes, make sure you are fully back, just wiggle, open your eyes, make your way back and be fully back and present. And whilst you're coming back, Pamela's had to go, but she's going to be seeing Graham and Sandy on Thursday. And what we were talking about, they're creating their community in Florida as we speak, which is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, lovely.
And thank you so much for sharing that with us. And Graham's had to go. So I got scoot. Thanks to you, Mary and Michelle. Hope to chat again soon. Hugs. So it is about building community and all coming into connection with each other. And who knows, there may be a collaboration between the community they're building over there and our community here.
Lovely idea.
In the future. Who knows?
Mm.
Anyway, ladies, how did you find that?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, bit giggly I was, but yeah, it was lovely. Felt a bit giggly, felt a bit young.
There was that energy coming through.
A bit of a giggly moment. Yeah.
And those that were watching that joined in with the meditation, please do feel free to let us know how you found it. Do you think you're now going to be redirecting your energy into something different, expanding on something you've already been doing? It's always nice to share because it grounds it into reality. When you actually speak it out loud. So whilst we're waiting to see if anyone does want to share, if anyone's got any more questions or anything, before we wind up the show, Marie-Louise, any words of wisdom that you want to leave everyone who's been watching the show today?
Oh, that's always one for me because I tend to ramble, but I will try and keep it short. This past year has been a bit of a rough year for quite a lot of people, and there are going to be people who are not taking loved ones forward to the next year. Just remember the happier times and think of the loved ones in happiness, and they're always with you.
Beautiful. Michelle, any final words of wisdom from yourself?
So something just came in my mind today, and it's something that I think when people are struggling with the life they're living, or the mistakes they've made, or the past that's still coming up and trapping them, in the present moment, I work with the concept that you have signed up for this life, before you were born. Your soul signed into this, and so those things that you've done, or the people that you've connected with, or the people that you've had to let go of, everything was already written and everything was already decided. So if you can work with that technique and you can bring that into your into part of your healing, you can let go and forgive yourself. I feel as though needing forgiveness from others is a myth. You don't need to be forgiven by others. What you need to do is you need to forgive yourself, and when you can forgive yourself and you can let go, and you can then truly be present, and that's definitely my work. I'm not, it's one of those things that will work with, and that's just part of the work that I do to bring myself back into the present moment and to live, you know, a lighter life, really. So yeah.
Beautiful words of wisdom. And Keith is going to be doing a live tomorrow evening. Brilliant, Keith. Well done for stepping up and doing that. Susie says, thank you all, beautiful show. Thank you so much for watching, Susie. Keith, yep, with Mary Louise, no one is ever lost. The physical is gone.
Yeah.
Totally, and it's a beautiful world and life. Remember the beauty of it. And Sandy has a quest to send healing to her brother Roy. And we also send out healing as well to him. Everything is within, not without. And Sandy said, "Oh, request, not quest." Yeah, yeah. But that's fine. Yeah, we definitely send out healing to Roy. Yeah, and the thing is and this is what I've found, and my words of wisdom is that when you think about sending healing to somebody and you do it with love in your heart, that healing will go through to that person. It always will. You just have to think of it, and it will and know that it will actually take place. Don't believe it will take place. We don't use the word believe. Know that when you think about sending healing to someone, it will be sent to them. You're welcome, Sandy, for that. And I keep thinking you're going to sing that. Hear the words of wisdom. No, I just sing "Let It Go" when anyone mentions that. It's in my brain. So I just have to sing it, and I don't have children, you know, and it's kind of like, oh.
You don't need children to cry at Disney, I tell you. No, I think letting things go is really good. Yeah, let it go.
Let it go, let it go.
Unless you've had Brussels, then get outside and let it go.
yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm not a Brussels sprout person. I have
No,
to
I don't
don't
know.
have that with my Christmas dinner. No.
Get outside, let it go.
Yeah. So yeah, what I will do is I will so Mary Louise, if people want to connect with you, how do they do that?
Yeah, my Facebook page is Healing Crystal Bags by Marie, so you can pop along there and send me a message. Otherwise, my email address is healingcrystalbagsbymarie@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And Michelle?
People can inbox me on Facebook, Michelle Budd, or they can message Kent Equine Facilitated Learning, which is where I work with adults and young people to support them with their barriers to living life in the present and, you know, living a lighter life. Also, we've got our Sun, Moon and Stars healing page that connects lots of people that work and do light work, Reiki, equine, all sorts of people. And I'm not the only, you know, there's other people that do equine facilitated work as well on that page. Or you can email me at thelittlehorsyard@gmail.com, and then your messages will hopefully come through that way. Or they can message you, Rae, and you can put them in touch with me, whatever. Yeah. Just shout, oi!
Yeah, exactly. And I will post your contact details in the final post I put on at the end. So again, thank you everyone so much for watching and joining in on the show. And if you have reached a crossroads in your life, and you want to find some clarity, or you need some clarity or guidance or where to go, or getting clear on your path, then I would love to be that guide for you. So please feel free to reach out and connect with me, and we can arrange a free 20 to 30-minute video call to help you gain that clarity on where you're going and how you can empower yourself to take charge of your destiny. And of course, please feel free to join my weekly newsletter and receive a free future life progression recording where I take you into future lifetime to actually get guidance and clarity that you can use in your current life, as well as a couple of other free gifts. And don't forget to check out my 6-week guided meditation series that will help you gain confidence. It takes you through 6 different stages to gain confidence. That I will put the link for that in there as well. And again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Misha and Mary Louise. And I would like to invite you all to.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And of course, I'd like to invite anyone watching to share this video, as I'm sure there are more women and men who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny just like you. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, then please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when the show goes live or when I post new guided meditations. And Keith says, thank you all so much, love and blessings, Jill. Thank you, Keith, for joining in. Susie, Sandy, and Pamela, Graham. It's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you all same time, same place next week in the year 2022, which is a brilliant year for collaboration.
I will see you Thursday.
Yep. Totally. So we will, everyone take care and speak soon. Bye.